The Northshire Rescue Squad has named a new Chief Operating Officer. Katie Vandale, who has been with the squad since 2021, will be taking over from Mike Casey in early December. He has been with the squad since 1987 and has served as its leader since 2005. Vandale, who has extensive past experience with the Bennington Rescue Squad, has been working with Mike Casey prior to his retirement, which is scheduled for December 8th. The Northshire Rescue Squad provides paramedical services to a 5-town region in the Northshire. Its coverage area includes Manchester, Dorset, Winhall, Danby, and Mount Tabor. It operates out of the Manchester Public Safety Facility, but it's not a municipal department. Rather, it's a non-profit corporation which provides regional medical services and is funded by municipal payments, medical revenue, and contributions. The town of Manchester pays the rescue squad for emergency medical coverage, and in return, the rescue squad pays the town rent for its space in the public safety facility, as well as for the town's dispatch services. The overlap of being a regional rescue squad with being based in Manchester has led to some conversations about what that relationship should look like. Beginning nearly 3 years ago, the rescue squad in the town worked through its issues around payments and services, which concluded last April with the town and the rescue squad signing off on a 3-year contract and service agreement. Recently, we sat down with Katie Vandale to hear about her background and the issues she sees lying ahead.
So I started at Northshire in May of 21. I left a career in Bennington after 22 years and came up here as a per diem paramedic. And then when Mike announced that he was going to retire, they were looking for applicants, and so I submitted my application, and then I was hired on as the Chief Operating Officer. It's a long process throughout the summer, but with summer comes, everyone's on vacation and that sort of thing. So I started October 16th. Mike retires December 8th, so December 11th will be my first day all by myself. Got my bachelor's in EMS management and just a progressive next step. I was a captain for Bennington Rescue for several years, so I just thought it would be the next natural progression in my career. So.
And you're from the area, right? From Shaftesbury?
I am. Yep, born and raised in North Bennington, Shaftesbury, so I have been around.
One of the locals.
I am.
All right. Well, what do you see as the main challenges facing the Northshire Rescue Squad at this point?
Definitely recruitment and retention. I would say we have a good staff now, a good number of staff now. We've got 10 full-time employees. There'll be 9 at the end of December, beginning of December when Mike retires. But and then we have about 15 to 20 volunteers and per diem employees. Slowly but surely, we're gaining ground with some per diem employees. But definitely recruitment and retention is the big thing, and that's not just here; it's everywhere. Whether it be in EMS, fire department, whatever, McDonald's, those sorts of things. But definitely recruiting people into the area to get them to even work part-time.
Well, why do you think that is? Because as you say, this is not a situation restricted to here or to Manchester, but it is a statewide issue.
Yep, I think we're such a small agency that we're less known than other bigger agencies in the area. So we just have to get ourselves out there and just really start recruiting. We have a lot of seasonal people that live here, work here. So tapping into that resource, expanding our first response in the 5 towns that we cover could definitely recruit more people into the area.
So my understanding of some of the recruitment problems that agencies like yours, the volunteer fire departments, is that it's a different world from 50 or 60 years ago when recruiting people to serve was not as difficult. The nature of work is different.
Yeah.
Family obligations are different. Are you seeing some of those things as factors involved?
Definitely,
in
people
that?
are aging out. The retirement age, they don't want to do that. EMS is tough on the body, tough on the mental aspect of it. When you're in your 60s, you don't want to be lugging and tugging on people that are bigger than you, and it gets tough and tiring. And with us being short-staffed, people are working longer hours, more days during the week, and it just gets tiring. So I think the state saw recently that don't quote me, but about 42 to 45 people did not recert this last go around. So that's just not here, but it's a global thing. People aren't recerting for whatever reason. They don't know if it's college students, have moved out of the area, or if it's elderly people, not even elderly, but older people that are just retirement age and they don't want to recert. So it's definitely tough.
How much training or time is involved in becoming certified for someone, thinks they might be interested in doing that?
Sure.
How much time is involved before you can be?
There's a first responder program called a VEFR program, which is first response. It's 24 hours in the classroom, and then you're a certified first responder. You can ride on the ambulance. You have to be associated, in the state of Vermont, you have to be associated with an EMS agency. So being a member of one of the agencies around, EMT basic, advanced EMT, and paramedic. Paramedic is a 2-year degree now. So anywhere from 24 hours to 2 years of education, and it just keeps growing every year. So, and I think that's part of why the recruitment is so hard, is because it used to be that EMS was a second job for people, and now it's a primary job for a lot of people. So those people that want a second job, they just don't have the time to put in the education part of it. So they just kind of steer clear of EMS altogether.
And this training is ongoing. It's not like you get a certification at a certain point. Every year you need to spend a certain number of hours.
Yeah. So every 2 years you have to recertify, whether you're at the state level or the national registry level. It can be upwards up to 60 hours in a 2-year period. A lot of it now can be done online. Sometimes it's in person in a classroom. It can be at conferences, state and national conferences. And you can get hours different ways. But again, that's more time that you have to put into your already busy lives.
One of the things I understand is that reimbursement for services is also one of these things that gets a little confusing and complicated. Between the insurance and what you can bill for services rendered. Yep. Is that an area you hope to be working on in some way?
Definitely.
Or improving?
We're seeing a national decrease in reimbursement through Medicare, Medicaid. So definitely trying to look at the future of that, and looking at different, I don't want to say revenue streams, but other ways that we can bill these patients. We bill for non-transports. Other agencies in the state are starting to look into that as well, because they're not getting reimbursed nearly as much as other agencies are. We do have a subscription program here at Northshire Rescue that if you subscribe, you pay a flat fee every year, and you can call the ambulances as much as needed, and that subscription covers the cost of the ambulance service.
The Rescue Squad is on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They have 3 ambulances, and the call volume is going steadily upwards. It's a busy place. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.